Welcome to the Holborn Assets channel. In this series, we look at major events in the history of economics that help to shape the world we live in today. We try and get a good mix from around the world, so if there's some major event that affected economics in your country this week, just let us know. American drug firm Pfizer put Viagra on the market after the FDA approved it on the 27th of March 1998. The drug was first created in the UK as part of a treatment for high blood pressure, but during trials with male patients, they noticed a certain side effect kept arising. Pfizer's share price doubled within days of it going on the market, and for many years, it was making revenues of over $2 billion on the little blue pills. However, the pharmaceutical market is highly competitive, not just because there are a number of big players muscling for position, but because unlike movies or music, for example, you do not control the product you've created for that long. Drug patents typically only last for 20 years, and given the high cost of research, this is why many products seem so incredibly expensive. As for Viagra, generic versions will appear from October 2019. Viagra is a copyrighted name. The drug itself is called sildenafil. On the 28th of March 1979, there was a malfunction in one of the nuclear reactors at the 3 Mile Island plant in Pennsylvania. There was a partial meltdown which released radioactive gases into the local environment. Although the cleanup cost around $1 billion over the next 14 years, there was no noticeable impact on human health. However, that was not the damage that it did. The accident gave power to the anti-nuclear movement, both in the US and across the globe. The Chernobyl disaster 7 years after was more devastating, but the world had already made up its mind before that. Without these incidents, it's likely that nuclear would have dominated the energy market, and our carbon footprint would now be much lower than it currently is. As it is, 20% of US electricity is from nuclear, from plants that were created many decades ago. France is one of the world leaders in nuclear, taking 75% of its electricity from this source. And thanks to its low cost, it is the world's largest net exporter of electricity, making around €3 billion a year from it. The war on drugs, as it is known, can be traced back to the signing of the United Nations Treaty, the Single Convention on Narcotic Drugs, on the 30th of March 1961. The Paris Convention of 1931 had had similar aims, but had not been strictly enforced, and a huge amount of new drugs had appeared in the 30 years that followed it. Drugs have played a major role in the history of humanity, and it's now estimated that the narcotics trade is the third largest economy on Earth. Over $120 billion of drug money is laundered through the world's financial systems, so it plays a huge part of those systems. And the annual trade globally is estimated to be worth as high as $5 trillion. The economic influences spread to every area. Local banks in Japan collapsed in 1995 thanks to the drug-funded Yakuza gangs forcing them to take bad loans. Many countries in South America have had their agriculture dramatically altered because of the higher return on coca plants and other narcotic crops. Recently, many world leaders have agreed that the war on drugs was unsuccessful, and there has been a move towards legalization of some substances in some countries, such as Portugal, Mexico, and the Netherlands, as well as some states in the US, where the recent legalization has seen some marijuana-friendly states take billions of dollars in taxes on the drug. So, that was the week. Did we miss out anything important? Leave us a comment if you'd like us to make a video on any bit of economics history, or on stuff to help you with your day-to-day finances too. Suggestions are always welcome. And give us a subscribe. We've always got new videos coming out on the past, present, and future of economics, as well as simple advice to help you with your personal finances.